Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Ben Sorensen's Real Country Interviews, bringing you the stars of country.
It's Ben Sorensen here, and this is my Real Country. Now, what do you call two beautiful people that sing great harmonies together? Harmonators, and here they are. First time on Real Country. How are you, girls?
Hello. Hello, good, thanks. How are you?
Mighty, mighty fine. Now, your album made it to Real Country's Album of the Week.
Woohoo!
That even almost looked like genuine surprise. That's good.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, well, there you go. I think it's a great album, and it's a really clear evolution of two very talented individuals that are on a wild and crazy journey through this big world.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
So, Big Mouth. Yeah.
Big Mouth. No, I was going to say just, I guess our sound has matured a little bit, and I think people can probably definitely hear it with this album, as opposed to the last one where we weren't so mature. Mature.
Well, I love it. I think Big Mouth is a great album. So tell me about the Harmonators story before we get into the album itself. Because you girls met in college or university, wasn't it? And a lecturer suggested that you were good, and you went, nah. Oh, well, let's have a crack.
Well, I said, I'm good, but really, do I have to work with her?
She says these things, but deep down she really loves me. And she knows she can get away with it. That's why she says it. Yeah, no, we were going to the Australian Institute of Music together, and we were the only country chicks there, only country music fans there. It was kind of sad. We were surrounded by all these really heavy jazz musos who, were all about their art form, and all we wanted to do was just throw on a pair of boots and, boots get around the halls. No.
To be honest, I didn't actually realise that what I was into was country music.
Oh.
Until Liz kindly pointed it out one day. But I was really getting into the Dixie Chicks and Casey Chambers, and I just thought it was great music. And then I sort of looked into it a bit more, and Liz kind of said, I think I need to lend you some CDs. And I went, okay, cool. So I had a big listen to pretty much all of Liz's music collection, and there was no going back.
Well, I'm pleased you stuck to country because, jazz is... I love jazz, and I think it's great, but I think that the priority with jazz is cramming as many notes into a solo as you possibly can.
Exactly. And it's very, very difficult to understand when you have to do jazz theory.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
I did jazz theory.
I've got to say that. You did jazz theory?
There's no 1, 4, 5 chords.
Just forget those numbers.
Yeah,
exactly.
They want to be augmented and diminished and,
Well, there's a few things in jazz that are a little sus.
Yeah. So, there were some interesting times, trying to get a bunch of jazz heads to play Mi Vida Loca by Pam Tillis. I had to really, buy quite a few beers to get them to come over to my side of things. But yeah, we just started singing each other's backing vocals and things, and someone went, I think you guys could have a crack at this. So we went to Tamworth, and of course, 8 years later, here we are talking to you. See how we've evolved and the great things that are happening in our lives now?
There's lots of great things happening, and Big Mouth is one of them. Now, you recorded a bucket load of that overseas in Nashville, and you did a little bit of different stuff on there. You did a few more co-writes, and you had a really, really amazing backing band. So how was the whole album experience this time? Because that's a little bit different to your last two.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was really different. I mean, we've worked with Matt Fell for all our projects, so we knew what we were getting there, and we brought Sam Hawksley in as well. So Sam organised everything from the Nashville end, which was great. It took a huge weight off our shoulders, but he booked like a great backing band. And I think when we first went into the studio, Liz and I were kind of a little taken aback. We were a little sort of shy about the whole process because we, the moment they started playing, we could see how great they were. But they were really just a great bunch of people. And for us, the process was completely different. Here in Australia, what we've done previously is the tracks, like each song gets built track by track. So you lay down a guide vocal and then the drums get laid down and then the bass gets laid down. So all individually, which means it sort of takes half a day for a track to be built or till you know what a track's going to sound like. Whereas in Nashville, because all the musicians played at once, you knew within 1 or 2 takes what your song was going to sound like. And within a couple of hours, it was pretty much finished, except for, vocals and colour instruments. So it was just phenomenal. It was really good. And then you get really excited about the whole thing. So the whole band tracking was actually done in 2 days, which, is really, when you think about it now, it's phenomenal. A whole album tracked in 2 days.
And when you've got someone like our guitarist, Rob McNelley, Rob was just an awesome player to have on the album, and you go, oh my gosh, you were in the studio recently recording on Lady Antebellum's new album, and now you're doing ours, and he's coming out going, really dig that song, girls, really like that, and you're going, oh, okay, thanks.
Well, I also think there's other advantages of doing it that way, because normally studios you'd book per day, so that way it's a lot cheaper, which I like. That's the Australian ingenuity working there. I like it.
True.
Now, and I imagine you did some shopping while you were over there as well?
A little bit. My credit card was maxed when I got home, but it didn't stop me from buying duty-free on the plane on the way home.
Oh my God.
That's hardcore.
Is there a therapy group for that?
Probably is. But yeah, we did quite a bit of shopping. We had a bit of fun. Me probably more so. I was up there for 10 weeks.
Wow.
But it's amazing. It was amazing, like the things we came home with. We're actually going to do a bit of baking today. We each came home with a set of cookie cutters. So, we try to, it wasn't just all about the cowboy boots and the CDs and Ray went nuts in the guitar shop. Yeah, we love to think about our baking habits at home.
I got a cookie cutter and a map of Texas.
Really? That's impressive.
Yeah.
Because I too have been embracing American cuisine. I found this little tub full of toasted marshmallow spread.
Oh, yum.
It's loaded full of corn syrup, as everything is in the US. And it is so incredibly bad if you read the nutritional information. I think it's just got one big numeral and it's 0. But it's incredibly, incredibly naughty and tasty. If you don't have an open fire around to toast marshmallows, this is the next best thing.
So we ate a lot of ice cream. I remember one night we were in the hotel room and we ate, I think it was a Ben & Jerry's peanut butter chopped chip or something. But Rob, our guitarist, actually got us onto this place called Jenny's Ice Cream, and he brought in a couple of tubs for us one day. One was a very hot peanut, which had chili in it, and the other was a mint one, and so good. So good.
The addition of peanut butter to most things, I think, is a positive.
I agree.
And
I'm big into peanut butter.
Particularly when Ben & Jerry's did that with ice cream, I thought, that's brilliant. That's genius. That really is. Now, anyway, back to your music.
Okay, that's right.
I haven't eaten yet. Can you tell? My little coffee cup here is empty. It's wrong. But I can, in the corner of my eye, over there, I can spy an entire packet of Tim Tams that's screaming at me during the interview, going, eat me now.
They're a biscuit. I consider that part of the breakfast food family. I think you're okay to have both.
There's flour in them, and flour is used in bread.
Exactly.
And dairy, you always need to put milk in your coffee or on your cereal.
What? What was this?
The dairy in Tim Tams.
Yes. And you put milk. Actually, do you do what I do with my Tim Tams? Bite the corners off, suck your coffee through, and then before it dissolves, swallow it all?
Sometimes, yeah. On a really, really, I don't drink coffee, but tea. On a really cold day, that's a really nice way to drink your tea.
See,
Coat your tongue.
Yeah, see, I find tea a little bit thin as a drink, but coffee, I think, with milk in it, I find is a far thicker texture, which enables it to permeate the biscuit better.
Yeah. I would never have thought you to be a coffee drinker, Ben. I mean, you just
really?
have that
The nervous twitch doesn't do it? Oh, dear. Well, you know, it makes sense that you like tea because your new song is Perfect Storm, and that would be Storm in a Teacup.
There you go.
See, how was that for a segue? Not my best, but I think it worked.
That was like brilliant. Yes. Very impressed.
Tell me about Perfect Storm.
Tell us about that in old Don Round.
I get shy of you now.
In this very room behind us, I co-wrote this song with Matt Scullion one, Fine Saturday Afternoon, and it was actually, it sounds really bad, but it doesn't mean to be really bad. It's actually inspired by the Queensland, they'd had the cyclones up there, just after we had all that really bad flooding. Last year we had the cyclones, and it wasn't about weather so much as being about, you know, how a relationship, you know, can be quite rocky or quite stormy. You know, you have a lot of ups and downs, but there's always the moments where it's kind of like the eye of the storm, and you've got there's moments of perfect quietness where, you know, everything is just essentially perfect. So that's sort of what we worked on, and that's how we came up with the song. That was sort of, I guess, the premise of the whole idea.
Well, I absolutely love it. It's a pretty cool video clip as well. And it's from the Harmonators' fantastic new album, Big Mouth, which does not relate to these girls at all.
Oh, no.
Well, you've got to get your hands on it. It is absolutely amazing. You can download it, get it from your old school record store, do whatever you need to do. And let's can the yakking and get to this fantastic video clip, Perfect Storm. Thank you very much, girls.
Thanks for having us.
Here it is.
Loving you is like spinning in a hurricane. All I want you to do is pick me up and shake my world again. Without warning, every kiss you steal, my head falls like a heavy rain. Your touch is a spark in the heart that ignites in me a flashing flame. Without warning, I wanna stand on the edge where the thunder crashes, where the lightning strikes
another Ben Sorensen Real Country interview. Hear this interview and many more at www.realcountrymix.com.